The vast majority of upper respiratory tract infections in otherwise healthy people are caused by viruses. Antibiotics don't work against viruses and so won't be effective. South Africa adapted the Antibiotic Guardian campaign developed by the United Kingdom for human, veterinary and environmental health professionals as well as for civil society. People were asked to pledge themselves as antibiotic guardians as part of the World Antibiotic Awareness Week in 2018. So the South African Antibiotic Guardian campaign was unique because it took a One Health as well as the whole of society approach. Professionals in the human, animal and environmental sectors, which forms the One Health triad, pledged themselves as antibiotic guardians. The inclusion of civil society targeted the whole of society, as it is everybody's responsibility to conserve antibiotics. I would like to mobilize community pharmacists to implement the octagonal antibiotic stewardship framework for community pharmacy. This is what I call the 8D framework, and I'm going to tell you what each of the Ds stand for. The first D is for diagnosis. This is to ensure a non-viral etiology. That is, ensure that the infection is bacterial or fungal. The second D stands for the drug. Choose the drug with the narrowest spectrum of activity that is indicated. The third D relates to the dosage form. This would vary depending upon the patient as well as the severity of infections. For example, we would use an intravenous dosage form for severe infections and use a liquid dosage form for pediatrics. The fourth D stands for dose. We have to ensure a dose that is going to achieve concentrations above the minimum inhibitory concentration at the site of infection that will kill off the bacteria and cure the infection. This involves pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. The fifth D relates to dosing intervals. This is to ensure that the doses are given at the accurate time to maintain the concentration of the antibiotic at the site of infection above sub-inhibitory concentrations, which may result in antibiotic resistance. The sixth D relates to duration. This brings in the debate on short course, high dose therapy versus the more traditional, conventional, longer duration of therapy. It is thought that the conventional, longer duration of therapy would cause more selection pressure for the development of resistance. The seventh D speaks about disposal. Ensure that all antibiotics are correctly disposed to ensure that they do not contaminate the environment. The eighth D, and the most important one, speaks to dialogue. It is imperative to have dialogue between the pharmacist and the prescriber, as well as the pharmacist and the patient, to ensure the optimal and appropriate use of antibiotics.